I won't say like I'm strictly an introvert. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is more like a recap of how I spent the better part of my year. I spent the better part of my year alone. Aside the time where I traveled for my sister's aside the time where I had to travel to Delta State for my sister's traditional wedding, and that was like I think in May. Even Christmas last year I didn't travel, I was here in Lagos. But then I had my siblings around. The previous Christmas I had my brother, and I think I had my sister here too. The term alone is like a very subjective term because everyone kind of have the definition of the term. There are people that feel like being alone is that time or that period whereby there is no one around. At the other end, there are people that feel like being alone is where even in the midst of thousands and hundreds of people, they still kind of feel like there are no people around. I spent most part of my year trying to like give myself a lot of self lessons, improve myself. One of the most important thing a creative should know is that there are lessons or new tricks or new tips to learn every day. So I spent most of the year trying to incorporate and trying to pick up as much tips and as much lessons that I could. So it was one of the reasons why I spent the year alone.
So many times that I miss you. I know how to call when I want to. Now you got way bigger issues. You're running.
I was trying to concentrate in the midst of so much noise or in the presence of so many people. It's something that I've discovered that is more like almost impossible for me.
Slow down, only you the ginger the whole town. Slow it sometime.
Because I find myself distracted most of the time, having to deal with the noise coming from different angles or having discussions. Same time I'm trying to like figure out something or do something. I kind of find it distracting. That was one of the reasons why I spent most part of the year alone. So for Christmas Day, it was spent at Pelican, finding the time to reflect on the year past and the coming year and everything I planned to do. So that day could have felt like a very boring day or whatnot, but I am an introvert. So the normal things that feel like boring to people are never boring to me. Like I can spend forever indoors and not have the urge to go out or be like, oh, it's been forever since I stepped out, I think I should. Sometimes I like to think that I'm an ambivert, but at other times I'm like, are you sure, girl? Are you sure? But another thing is I am actually outspoken. If I need something or if I have to like strike a conversation with you and it is something that I want, I do it like People associate shy people to introverted people. They feel like they go hand in hand, and then most introverts are shy people. But I do not see myself as a shy person. I am as outspoken as possible. If I need something, or if I have to say something, I say it. If I do not say it, it is because I've kind of processed it in my head, and I'm like, are you sure it's worth it? But like I said, for the most part of the year, I spent it cleaning my space.
Go out, mountain for your back, make it run wild. Slow it sometime. Time to slow down. So many things we could have been. You left me so cold. You know that I need you now. I feel so.
Because one thing people do not realize or actually know is that as creative, we're prone to burnout. We are prone to like having this period whereby it is a lot to handle. And one thing I tried to do in the most part of this year is try to, like, although it was hard, or it's still hard, because finding a balance sometimes it's actually very difficult and I struggle. But the most part of last year compared to previous years, I feel like I want to believe that it is better, but I still feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. Trying to create a balance between when to work, when to rest, when to just sit in silence, when to pick up a book and try to like refresh my head. Books actually help to bring sanity. Books actually help to relieve tension and helps the mind to offload lots of pent up things and all of that. So one thing I did, or I'm still trying to do, is to incorporate as much reading as I can. So compared to other years, I've tried to incorporate as much healthy recipes, as much healthy food into my routine or into my diet. I've tried to eat healthy. I've tried to cook as much as I can. I've tried to cut down on a lot of fries and a lot of unhealthy stuffs, and actually like incorporate more healthy proteins, more healthy vitamins, and just take care of my body. And clean up after myself as much as I can, because I've gotten to understand that that is an important aspect. Very, 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 very important. The more I leave the place untidy, I realize that the more it piles up, the more it leaves me disorganized, and having to now start picking up things from here, there, and trying to put them in their right places disorganizes me. So one thing I tried to do more of last year is to clean up after myself immediately or as soon as possible, rather than just postponing and procrastinating.
No, I don't care who you're onto. There's too many options to stress you.
And then, did I go out? I think last year was the year that I went out the least, because I think I went out just a couple of times, and probably just a restaurant. One time I did like a solo restaurant trip. Or a solo restaurant date. Oh no, it wasn't a solo restaurant date. It was like it with a fellow content creator, Oge, and I got there before her. So I did like a sort of mini solo ambience, solo team kind of shoot.
controller. You say I'd be nothing without you.
And towards the end of the year, I went for a show which was not meant to be a show. I went to the beach and I discovered they were having a show, Activity Fest, and I just stayed back, took pictures for work.
I need to slow down, yeah. So many things we could have been.
So overall, and in all of 22 was the year I would say I was alone the most. So hopefully this year I spending more around loved ones, more around outside, just creating, making as much connections as I can. So being outside actually favorable to me. I can blend in and I can do as much things as I want to do, as long as it's not interfering with whatever I'm doing at that moment. So I kind of feel like I'll try as much as possible to be out there as much as I can this year in 2023. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, if I actually continue to be alone or not. We'll see. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.